Terry Woychowski. Terry is president of Caresoft Global Technologies, and as I was mentioning earlier, formerly Terry has been vice president of vehicle launch and quality at General Motors globally, and also he has been led most of the truck programs for General Motors. He is also four-time recipient of General Motors Chairman's Honors and North American Achievement of Excellence Award. Terry has been on Michigan Tech's Board of Trustee, Michigan Tech's Industrial Advisory Board, and also Michigan Tech's Alumni Humanitarian Award. So for his excellence in volunteer work that he does. So we would like to thank Terry for taking time today in the holiday season, and thank you all for visiting us today. So we have an exciting, plan for you guys to go through. So with that, I would like to give some time for Terry to talk to the kids, and then we'll go through a round of introductions. So, thanks.
Good morning. I'd like to know your names. Can we go around and can you introduce yourself? Just go around the table.
Doctor Hussein.
Adrian. Trevor. Arfad. Justin. Mason. Aaron.
Aditya.
Go ahead. Louder. That's my son, Anderson's.
Oh, good. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. This time when you answer me, sit straight in your chair. Don't be slouched over. You want to go home, go to bed, go home, go to bed. You look me in my eyes and you tell me your name clearly and loudly so that I can hear it. So why don't we try it again?
Adrian.
Louder.
Adrian. Trevor. Arfad. Justin. Mason. Aaron.
Aditya. Ahmed.
Outstanding. Thank you. Good morning. Okay, when you talk to somebody, you look them in their eyes when you speak to them. And you speak clearly, and you speak loudly, and you speak with confidence. Understand? And when you shake a man's hand, I want to feel like I'm grabbing a bear trap. Squeeze my hand. That's how you shake a man's hand. Okay? Understand? That tells the person you're talking to, I know what I'm talking about. You should talk to me. It will be helpful. It'll be good. Okay? And you do that by doing things like you're doing. You're learning. You're growing. You're getting smarter. You're getting stronger. And that's excellent. I'm so glad to be part of it here with you this morning. You, come here. What is this? What are those?
Glasses.
Glasses. Spectacles. Why are you wearing those?
Because my eyes need them to see.
It's not a fashion statement. It's not to make you look cooler. You wear them because it makes you see a bit. Come here. All right. Draw a circle. This is like looking at a human eye, but as if the eye were looking this way. So we're looking at it sideways, okay? Got it? Human eye. It's kind of round. On the front, do this. There's a lens. Part of your eye is a lens. It's caved, okay? And its job, when light rays come in, when we look at an object, the light rays come into our eyes, okay? And this lens bends them. When the light ray goes through the lens, it bends the ray. And the way it does that is they come in and they focus on a little area. It's about the size of the head of a pin. It's called the fovea. Say fovea.
Fovea.
In the fovea reside rods and cones. Special cells called rods and cones. These rods and cones, their job is when that light hits them, They know how bright it is, how intense it is, and what its wavelength is, what color it is. And when we get this information, we know what we're looking at. It is a bear. Run away. Okay? It is a pretty girl. Run toward her. Okay? That's how we access how we get information to our eyes. Pretty amazing the way this eye works, except you can't do that. Erase yours. Erase your lines. We have an eraser here, but that's okay. Make yours go there. The way the light comes through his lens, it is not focusing on the fovea. Because of the way his lens was formed, it doesn't hit the fovea. It either hits in front of it or behind it, depending on the near side or far side. And so what he does see is blurry. It's not good data. And so what we do, we take spectacles, we put another lens here, which bends these a little bit. Then when they come through your lens, guess what? Bullseye, right on the fovea, and you can see. Good to see? Darn good. Okay, now let me ask you a question. Where did you get those glasses?
VisionWorks.
What?
VisionWorks.
Oh, they're just there? Do they grow? Can farmers go and just take them off of plants? Do miners dig them up and dig it up? Where do they come from?
Doctors like find your prescription.
Put that down.
And then
Thank you. Bear trap. Thank you. Sit down. Folks, they don't grow on trees. You can't just find them. They had to be made. Okay? The material that it's made out of had to be gathered and created. And then the shape, it had to be shaped just right, just to bend those light rays, just enough, so that when it went through your eye, it focused beautifully. Do you understand? People had to get in and understand the material, how to use the material, how to take it and have dominion over it, how to take it and say, you will serve me. You will bend light the way I need you to bend. And you know who does that? Engineers, scientists, mathematicians. That's what engineers do. Engineers take the material that we have available to us in this planet and the energy that we have, and we take that material and that energy and we create things that help people's lives be better. Spectacles, be it clothing. It's kind of cold this morning. 15 degrees. I had to feed horses this morning. 15 degrees. Good grief. They should feed themselves. But I had clothes. I had coats. I was warm. That's what engineering is. Understanding the world, the elements of it, how they work, what laws govern them, and learning those laws and saying, now, how can I control that to make life better? And that's what engineers do. And that's why it's a noble profession. Okay? Because you're helping people have a better life. And that's what we do here at Caresoft. In a little bit, we'll give you a little tour and show you how we do that in the auto industry, how we do that so that we can make cars and trucks that help people move. How many of you had to walk here today? Raise your hand. Had to walk 15 degrees, you had to walk here. Nobody? Where did you park your horse? You didn't ride a horse? How'd you get here? Did you just find it? No. Somebody had to make that, right? Somebody had to create that. And that makes life better because people can move freely. And that's what we're doing here. And that is what you're doing when you're learning that. You are learning on a small scale how this stuff works and then can apply that to much bigger and even more important things in life. That's why it's awesome what you're doing. And that's why it's worth your time. It's worth your energy. Okay? And that's why I'm here on Saturday. Because I think it's cool. I think you are. Okay? So it's great. Azgar, I'm so glad you were able to bring your team and some of the folks here. And I'm excited to learn about this. I just saw the video and I said, that's brilliantly hard. So I'm interested to see what you're doing.
Absolutely. So thank you, Chief. So as I expected, that nothing less was expected when Chief speaks. So apart from the engineering part of it, right? I was talking to Chief about our core values, about gracious professionalism. So one of the things we invited you to come early today, and this is something that Chief taught me is, being early is being on time. Being on time, you're already late, and you being late is disastrous, right? So these are the things that you get to experience as you come to your working lives, either by hardship or by early intervention. So what we are trying to provide today is early intervention about how things work, how complex world works. What are the rules? If you learn today, your life will be easier. You'll get to your objective sooner rather than getting through some speed bumps, right? So with that, I would like invite the team to present the robot briefly to Chief, right? And talk about what did we construct. So who is up for it? This is also an opportunity for presentation. So yeah. So Chief, if you can give us some feedback, we will walk you through. Okay, anybody feel free to come talk any points. So go ahead, otherwise. You can sit down and talk too, right?
So robot, we made it with.
Can you be a little louder, otherwise?
So our robot is made by many different things. We use C channels, we use slides. We also use these belts to make the slides function properly. Our slides. Our cloth, we made it so like for autumn it stays inside. It stays inside here. And like when the actual game starts, we can pull it out here. For the robot, we have 4 motors underneath, one for each wheel. We have gears, and we use mechanism wheels for the robot to drive.
So, remember the
Louder.
from the clock. So for the
Louder.
design, we had that box shape, like that size restriction that we had to make sure our robot could fit in. This claw went out of our restriction, so we had to solve that problem by being able to push our claw in during autumn, so that when it does come out, it will be able to pull stuff out and then still be able to use the claw while still being inside the size restriction. That you might have heard in the video about the drone launch. Ours works by putting our drone in this little tiny gap that eventually moves it forward into these wheels, which spins at a certain rotations per minute. That energy then is transferred into the plane, launching it to a certain distance. Then we can control how fast these are spinning and what angle this is at, so we can see like where do we want the actual drone to land. Talk about the
Actuator.
The hang.
Oh,
For hanging, go ahead.
for the actuator, our linear motors right now, linear actuators right now broken. So for the actuator, we have it like our linear actuator sits here. So like when it's time, it moves up, so it can like hang. And for the hanging part, this goes 25 inches high, so we can drive onto a truss and lower so the robot can lift itself up. We made this with 8 DC motors and 4 servos. The 8 are 1, 4 here, this is 5, 6, 7, and then what's the 8th one?
There are 4 for each wheel. There's
An 8.
2 for the slides.
actuator.
Yeah.
So basically, one of our main problems was the size restriction. So like I already said, we used the claw and we put that in. Another thing was we didn't know where to put a suspending arm. So we decided to kind of attach them both together so they will both work as one mechanism. Because for both of them, we need to be able to angle it. For the normal one, we need to be able to angle it to the desired like location. And for the suspended arm, we needed to go straight up. So since we both needed to move up, we decided instead of using different motors and different systems, if we moved them and created them as one, it would not only help with our space, it would also make things less complicated.
It's a multifunctional file.
And
Very
then,
hard to
this is
This is our
a,
camera.
yeah.
Okay.
This is, use this for our autonomy period. So our robot like this.
Autonomous function, yeah, 30 seconds.
So for this, the robot, sorry, pixels here.
That's fine, you can talk.
So robot, this senses our gain pixel, then it drives the robot on its own, so it can like put the pixel, the claw opens and drops the pixel on the stripe. With using this camera. Our camera can only sense two of the spikes, the one in front and the one on this side. So we did for this side, so there's 3 spikes. One's like right in front of us, one's on the right and one's on the left. So one on the left, we set that as the default position. So if our robot doesn't sense anything, it automatically goes to that spike mark. So we don't have to like sense that side.
So basically for our claw, we wanted this design because our pixels are hexagon shaped. So we needed our claw needed to be able to grip that. So we made one side straight while the other side hexagon shaped and added a little bit of grip so that when we do hold on to the pixel, it doesn't fall off while we're moving. We're currently trying to make the claw a little bit thicker so we can stack 2 pixels on top of each other so we can grab both of them at the same time to put them onto the backboard. And you might see in the video, you could either put it into the backstage or the backdrop. The backdrop is the one that gives you more points. So we decided to go for that one. So that's why our robot is able to move up. It's able to move up and down, and then a claw will vertically move like this, so you can place it right onto there, open it, drop it, and then bring it back in and go back for another pixel. Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone would like to add anything?
Our robot can reach the second set mark, so we can like get 2 set marks, but that's like the max. We can't go higher than that.
That's the basic thing.
Thank you. See if any feedback.
When you extend that like you just did,
Excellent. That's like,
let it out.
That's max.
Okay. Does it droop?
No, there's so much weight here that
This
tiny bit of weight can't like
Lift this much.
But how about bending here and bending here and
No.
bending here? No? So it doesn't affect you?
Because most of the time,
Accuracy.
when we go there, by the time we open the cloud, we'll be at the backboard. So when we do place the pixel on the backboard, since the backboard will be holding this up, it mostly holds the robot arm up pretty fine. So
And like when the driver's turning around, the slide, we move the slide down
yeah,
so
so
nothing
whenever
happens.
we're driving, we'll move the slide down so it doesn't really bend that much.
Do these wires get in trouble? Do they hook up on anything accidentally?
No,
We've only had
we
like
tie up all our wires back here so nothing happens.
Yeah, we only had like
And we also
one
put our
incident.
rest of the wires in here so it like, it doesn't go out.
We only had one incident like very practice where it kind of like tangled up, but we fixed that. We use like zip ties to like make sure they're all in one big cluster.
And this for
so
like
they
the
don't-
cameras and the claw ones.
Yeah, so this,
So we can like keep it safe
it's
in
like
here.
cable management, so we have to make sure that.
We also have,
nothing gets
should I
detected.
tell them about this? We also have this, which I don't think it's we put, like for our time period, we can put this out, so you can like position our robot in the very center.
What does 11276 mean?
That's
our
what the number.
team has.
that's a tip.
Just a random
Yeah.
team number?
It's assigned.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That's fantastic. We are entering as a race of people, a new era. At one time in the history of man, we were mostly farmers, agrarian, we grew stuff. Before that, we'd kind of walk around and find stuff, hit things on the head. But we became basically agrarian and we grew things. And And then with time, we became industrialized. We started to build things. Okay? You understand? It was a change in your society, in your family, and how you worked. At the simplest, there's only 3 ways to make life better. There's only 3 ways to create value. You can grow it, you can mine it, or you can manufacture it. That's it. Everything else just helps you do one of those. So we grow things, we mine things, or we manufacture things. Okay? And so society has changed from where we were simply growing things, mining things, and growing things to when we started manufacturing things. Well, now we're entering a new era where some people call it the 4th Industrial Revolution. There's different names for it. I have a name for it. I call it the brilliant machine age. We've had a machine age. We gave up ox pulling our plows and donkeys, and we got tractors. We mechanized machines. Now, the machines that we are making now are brilliant. These machines can see with good vision. These machines can hear. These machines can talk. These machines can move themselves. These machines can look at a situation and see what isn't right about it and then initiate action to make it right. These machines are brilliant. And they're going to change life in many, many, many ways. We're now making cars, and you can see some as we go out here, that will drive themselves. Just tell it where you want it to go, and it'll take you there. So the brilliant machines that we're starting to build. Understand this, these brilliant machines are only created by brilliant people. People who learn how to code. People who learn how to take a task and how do I make a machine do what I want it to do. And so this is a great step forward into a brilliant machine. So that's fantastic, really, really great. You've competed already?
Yes.
Once.
And how did you do?
So
3
basically,
games we lost 2.
so there's 5 games total. We won 3 games. I want to say our last 2 games were kind of our alliance as well,
Because our alliance, like one of our robots stopped in this point of scoring board, so we couldn't score. And our 5th alliance, that was like my fault. I actually drew over our team props, I couldn't move them.
So yes, basically, for the 4th one, our alliance blocked us, so and then after that one, we just didn't do that good.
Our first year we did good because we knew what to do, and like our alliance was also helping us a lot. But
What have you learned that you'll do different next time?
Definitely not to rely as much on your alliance, because if you put like all of your trust in your alliance, and then all of a sudden they stop, like they did in the 4th game, it's kind of hard to do anything now.
And I think we learned,
don't you didn't press much.
I think we learned that we can communicate to our alliance more. Like in the 4th game, right? So what happened is their robot stopped working in the backdrop. So I think what I could have done, I was a coach, I could have communicated to them to like maybe move your robot, let us try scoring the points because clearly your robot isn't working. So
It's also just postural.
Maybe we learned.
That's leadership. You just mentioned.
We could have also like.
I'm sorry.
Maybe we learned that we shouldn't put too much stress on 2 people because only 2 people knew how to drive the robot, and there's 2 people who drive it because one operates the robot, how they move and stuff, and the other operate the claw and the slides. And so only 2 people learned it, and no one else learned it. So then they got stressed on the later games because there was so much pressure on them.
Basically what you're trying to say is, since we only had 1 driver and 1 claw driver, everything was on them, while other teams had like 2 or 3 sets of drivers, so they could switch them out so the pressure wouldn't build on the driver too much, and they could take rests in between meals.
Every time we have any major event here at Caresoft, we meet with a customer, or we have some almost like competition, we do some. And then at the end, we will have what we call an after-action review. So we will sit and we will debrief, and we'll say, how did it go? What are 3 things we can do better? And always ask ourselves, how can we do it better? How can we do it better? Building the machine and programming the machine is awesome. Learning how to work together, the leadership that's required, makes this stuff almost insignificant. Okay? That part of your challenge, that part of your team is very, very important. The leadership things that you'll learn. Okay? Those are tough lessons, those are hard lessons. Yeah.
To learn that we can like rely less on our human players. So we like make a mosaic. With our first 2 locations, we make a mosaic. So after the mosaic, instead of going to our human player to get the white pixels, we can just use the white pixels in the front. So it'll be instead of going there and picking it up and going back. We can just go straight and back. It's easier to go and quicker. And for the human player, talk about that.
So